Hey guys, Mr. Prosky here. Hope you're having a good day so far. I'm recording this little video just to reteach what you should have learned in middle school, and maybe it's been a long time since you've used it. It's important for 10.5 to be able to do the lesson well, and it's called just finding factors of numbers. Okay, so this video will help teach you how to find factors and go through the process of doing that. So yeah, it's been a while since you've probably done that, and I realized when I was recording the other video that I didn't specifically teach you exactly how to find factors nicely, except for to use the factor in a multiple chart. So this video will help with that, hopefully. So to find factors means to find all numbers that go into a number or what the number is divisible by. All right. Every number is divisible by 1. Every number is divisible by 1. Okay. And we're going to go through 3 examples of how to find the factors of each of these numbers here, okay? So the first number we're going to do is 72, so I'm going to put a line underneath here for 72, and we're going to list all the factors of 72. So the first thing we need to know is every number is going to have a factor of 1 because every number is divisible by 1. So we're going to put 1, and 1 times 70, it's going to be 1 in itself is going to be the first factors, okay? So 1 and 72 are our first pair of factors, numbers that go into 72. 72 divides by 1 and 72 divides by 72. Okay, easy peasy. And actually, let's go ahead and do the other problems while we're at it here too. So we got 1 and 156, and we have 200, 1 and 200. So no matter what number you have, you're always going to have those numbers. Okay, and this is how we approach factoring, okay? You're going to need a calculator or your phone or something, and what you're going to do is you're going to start going up these numbers here. So we're going to go 2 and 3 and 4, and we're going to find numbers that divide by 72 divides by into very evenly. And what that means is, so we're going to do 72 divide by 2, and then divide by 3, and then divide by 4. But if you divide and it comes out to a decimal, that means that number is not divisible by that number. So if you did, for example, 14 and you divide by 4, what's 14 divided by 4? Well, let's look at our calculator. 14 divides by 4, it's 3.5. Now, does 4 go into 14? Just like knowing from your previous experience with math, does 4 go into 14? No. Does 3 go into 14? No. What about 2? Does 2 go into 14? What's 14 divided by 2? That's going to be 7. And then 2 and 7 would be factors of 14. So you can divide 14 by 4, that's fine, but if it comes out to a decimal like this, that means that 3.5 and 4 are not factors. It has to come out to a whole number. It has to divide evenly by that number, okay? So if you divide and it comes out to a decimal, that means you need to move on. That's not one of the numbers that it's divisible by. Okay, so let's go ahead and work our way up. And then we'll talk about the bottom line in a little bit here, okay? Let's erase this right here. I don't know why it underlines so many words that were spelled wrong. They're all spelled right, but okay. Let's do 72 divided by 2. So if 72 divided by 2, actually shouldn't write that down until we do this, but 72 divided by 2 is 36, and that's not a decimal. So 2 times 36, those are both factors of 72. Now let's do 72 divided by 3, and I get 24. Oops. 3 and 24. And then let's do 72 divided by 4. Just working our way up the number here. We get 18. So 4 and 18. They're both positive whole numbers. So there's no decimal, so that works. What about 72 divided by 5? That is 14.4. So 5 is not going to work. We're not going to list 5 as a factor because, it's not a whole number. 72 divided by 6 is 12. We got 6 and 12. And then 72 divided by 7, that's a weird long decimal that we don't want. So 72 is not divisible by 7. That's not a factor of 72. 72 divided by 8 is 9. And then this is where the last bullet I talked about is very important, okay? Next number we would divide by is 72 divided by 9. But look, we already have 9 listed over here. And 72 divided by 9 is going to be 9 and 8. Do we need to list them twice? No, we don't. What's going to happen is after a while, we're just going to be flipping these. So these are going to flip around. These are going to flip around. We're going to do 9 and 8. We'll do 12 and 6. We don't need to list them twice. So once what that last bullet point was saying is once you get to when these numbers are really close together and they start, like this number goes over here now, that's when you can stop. You don't need to list 8 times 9 is the same thing as 9 times 8. You don't need to list it twice. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay? And that's going to be all the factors. That's a lot of factors, but those are all the factors of 72. Okay? All right, why don't we go ahead and let's do one more together, then you guys will try maybe example 3 on your own, the 200, okay? 156. So we already got 156. So let's go ahead and do 156 divided by 2. And I knew, even before dividing it, that 156 would divide by 2. Can you guys tell me why I knew that, just from looking at the number? What kind of number is 156? Is that even or odd? It's even, and all even numbers are divisible by what number? They're divisible by 2. So even before doing that, if you see an even number, this is divisible by 2. These are all divisible by 2 because they're all even numbers, and all even numbers are divisible by 2. Okay, let's do 156 divided by 3. That's 52, that works. And then working our way up, 156 divided by 4, that's 39, that also works. 156 divided by 5, that was a decimal, and I also knew that 156 would not be divisible by 5 because the numbers that go into 5 or divisible by 5 are numbers that end in 0 or 5. Numbers that end in 0 or 5 are going to be divisible by 5, otherwise it's not going to be divisible by 5. Okay? 156 divided by 6 is 26. And then working our way up, 156 divided by 7, that's a decimal, that does not work. 156 divided by 8 is also a decimal. 156 divided by 9 is also a decimal. 156 divided by 10. I knew that one would not work too because all numbers that are divisible by 10 need to end in 0. They need to end in 0 to be divisible by 10. 156 divided by 11 does not work. 156 divided by 12 is 13. Now the next number I would check after 12 would be 13. That's just going to give me 13 and 12 again. It's going to be 13 and 12. I don't need to repeat these, so I'm going to stop right there. Those are our final factors. Okay? Why don't you guys go ahead and pause the video and try 200 on your own. Try to find the factors of 200, and then we'll go through it as a group here. All right, welcome back. We're using green. Factors of 200. So we're going to do, is 2 going to go into 200 without even dividing on our calculator? It is, and it's going to be 100. Yep, it ends in 0, so it's an even number, going to be divisible by 2. Now let's do 200 divided by 3. That's a decimal, doesn't work. 200 divided by 4 is 50. 200 divided by 5 is 40. 200 divided by 6 is a decimal, so not going to work. 200 divided by 7 does not work. 200 divided by 8 is 25. 200 divided by 9 does not work. 200 divided by 10, what do you think? Is that going to work? Yeah, ends in 0. It's going to be a number that works. So we got 10 and 20. 200 divided by 11. Nope. 200 divided by 12. Nope. 200 divided by 13. Nope. 200 divided by 14. Nope. 200 divided by 15. Nope. 200 divided by 16. Close. It's 12.5. Not quite. 200 divided by 17. Nope. 200 divided by 18. Nope. 200 divided by 19. Nope. Then 200 divided by 20. That's 20 and 10 again, but like I said, we can stop there because we already have 10 and 20. We don't need 10 and 20 again. All right, and there's our factors. So that's how you find the factors of any number, is you just divide your calculator by that and find pairs of numbers that work. And hopefully this was helpful, and thank you guys for watching. And just keep plugging away at 10.5. It'll be an important lesson to remember for going forward for Geometry and Algebra 2. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.